While that's happening, we'll play some music. Let's see if we are live. It looks like we are. Okay, y'all. Hey, y'all. Live from YouTube, live from Facebook. Happy Tuesday. We're about to go live here on Instagram. Hey, y'all. We are live. Hello and welcome to Get Into the Bag. I am your host and founder, Embrielle Coleman, and this podcast is brought to you by Mile Markets and Columbus Black. Columbus Black serves to be the primary source of communication in Columbus, Ohio. So make sure you're following them on all social media platforms. And Mile, making your life entertaining, is the next generation of software where you can curate your own experiences with just a tap of a finger. It's free, easy to use, and when you're looking for things to do, places to go, and places to eat, especially for the holiday season, just Mile it. So make sure you are following them. Yes, y'all see my vibe. So what's up, y'all? Happy Bag Talk Tuesday. We about to get my girl Tamika on the Instagram live. We already, what's up, Pay? What's up? What's up? We already live from YouTube and Facebook, 2 out of the 3. So let's bring her on the live, okay? How was y'all Tuesday? Talk to me, talk to me. Y'all know I love it when y'all talk to me. Let me know how y'all day went. I'll let y'all know now. My day was good, but it was long. But guess what? I always have the energy for a show, okay? Hey. Mika, make sure you are following a show page. Hey, Tuesday going strong. I know that's right. We love a good Tuesday, a bag talk Tuesday at that. Got it. Hey, what's goody, Ty? Oh, this is like a vibe. I like this. Hey, girl.
Hey, what's going on?
Girl, nothing much, nothing much. How are you?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. It's snowing where I'm at. Hopefully y'all got a chance to dodge that, but winter is in full effect.
That's actually real irritating. It's raining where we are, and it's cold. I don't really care for the elements right now.
You know, it's full of surprises. I think fall divorced us a long time ago. They feel like, like we did them wrong a couple years ago and we ain't never got back right.
Seriously, like total skip. It was literally 70 degrees like 3 days ago.
Right? I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So
don't get sick, Ohio.
Y'all. Right?
And welcome to Get Into the Bag.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, hello. And I'm super excited to have you on the show. You are literally like a mentor to me. So I'm excited to talk to you about what you got going on.
A little something, nothing major. No.
Nothing major. Something soft, something slight.
Okay.
Well, let's go ahead and get into it because it is showtime. So give us an introduction of just who you are, where you're from, your age, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so my name is Tamika Williams. I am proud, born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. I graduated from Central Michigan University with a bachelor's of social work as well as a master's of higher education administration. And then I like to say I crash landed in Athens, Ohio, where I started my professional journey and the test of life at the same time. And yeah, I did higher ed. I'm still in some form doing higher ed. I just decided that I was tired and wanted to just do the work myself. So jump started this business, Live in Full Effect Consulting LLC, and we're just following God and doing great things. But proud to be from Detroit, proud for my time that I spent in Ohio. I'm back in the Michigan area and having a good time. That's why it's snowing, y'all. Y'all know it's real crazy, and none of y'all better not quote that song because I can't stand the song. You know what it is. So just don't sing it.
Wait, hold on. What song? Somebody quote it so I know what she's talking about.
If you don't know, then you don't need to know. I cannot.
If you know, you know. I hate it if you know moment because I can't stand what I don't know. Somebody quote it. If y'all know what it is, quote it so I can say it. But no, we have an educator, an entrepreneur, a mentor, all wrapped up in one. So, like I said, we are going to highlight you and everything you got going on, talk about your journey. But before we get into all of that, I have to know your personal goals and professional goals for this month. I love a good goal set.
Speaking of goal set, I actually have a goal setting event coming up. So if you need your goals for 2023, let's go ahead and get them into work right now so you can live in full effect. But my personal goals, one of them to be, I said my mom has this desire to go to Paris. And I'm told my friends, like, I want to take my mom to Paris. And it just so happened that my alma mater is taking a trip to Paris that we didn't signed up for. So now I got to get the money, got to get the bag right so we can go to Paris next year. So saving is definitely one of my goals. Another goal is to really be intentional around my business. So the goal setting event that I just talked about is one way of me being intentional with my business and saying, hey, we got to get ourselves out there. We got to start doing some events. So that's one way in which I'm doing it, starting off with the goal setting event on December 10th, but then also being intentional about making connections within the field that I'm trying to be in. So still connecting with higher ed, with high school students, with college students, and then those professionals that I know in higher ed, because you don't always have to meet new people. You have to re-engage with people that you already know and be intentional about nurturing those relationships, because that can really open doors. So I've been doing a lot of outreach in terms of the people that I already know that's in higher ed, so I could touch the lives of their students as well. So really just trying to be focused, be mindful, knowing that we're hitting these roadblocks, and I'm trying not to pack on any Thanksgiving weight because my birthday is in January. I am 30. I don't know if I said that. And for all those at Ohio University that didn't know how old I am, now you know. I am 30. I did celebrate 30 in January. So I'm going on 31 and I'm trying to move into the birthday, with a good fit, nice tight look. So okay, a little slim, a little some, 6-pack not loaded yet. We need to get a little more months on that, but I'm gonna give y'all a little something, for the 31st birthday. So those are my current goals, but also just open to shifting and being open to opportunities that come my way.
Absolutely. And yes, Pay, we love moving with intent. Y'all know I'm all about being intentional with your goals. So thank you for sharing. And since you brought up the holiday season, right around the corner, literally next week, which is crazy, what you bring to Thanksgiving?
So my house is the house that actually hosts Thanksgiving. So I feel like we get off easy by doing that. I am not gonna hold y'all up. I'm the Black person that want to bring the paper products because it don't cost that much, but at least it's gonna be fancy. But I'm gonna get in the kitchen and do something. My favorite thing is like candy yams. So I'm probably gonna put my little spin on that, learn from the best in regards to that. But yeah, I cook. I do a little razzle dazzle. Lobster seafood is my forte. So if we decide to get a little bougie and do some lobster tail, then I'll definitely chef that up. I'm not gonna buy them. I'm gonna chef it up. I'm gonna make sure
you're gonna chef it up.
It's real nice. There you go.
To make that clear. And I know that we still have lobster because I know the crab disappeared for a little bit. The whatever. Did you hear about that?
Girl, what didn't disappear? Let's talk about that. Let's just run down the list of what didn't disappear from the pandemic to now. Like, seriously.
Right. Okay. Well, Tamika's gonna have lobster tails, so I'm gonna make sure to have a plate sent to Columbus. Okay.
I got you.
Love to hear it. Well, the last time I saw you, we were having a blast at bar. So, we definitely didn't talk business at the time, but what have you been up to since the last time I saw you?
Yeah, so as y'all know, I started working at Ohio University not immediately after my master's program. It took about 6 months to land that first job. So we're actually around this time, couple years ago, about 5 years ago, I got a call to come interview at Ohio University, and then accepted the job the week before Thanksgiving to start. So after spending 5 years down at Ohio University, which y'all know, I love y'all, like family is family. And family is a wide definition because I interact with so many people just across the state that my family is typically big, or those that I consider to be in my family. But I realized, like, a sister want to get married, right? Okay. I want to keep my nails done. I want my eyebrows to be slayed. So I made the tough decision to walk away from my job of 5 years and relocate back to Michigan as a temporary status. And that was the hardest thing I had to do, but I realized that I was becoming comfortable in Athens, but it was not allowing me to reach some of my personal goals. So I walked away from that position, came to Michigan, and just one of my supervisors actually asked me a question and said, Tamika, when are you going to do it for yourself? When are you going to be the boss? And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, you start thinking of why I need to do this, why I need to do that. And those what I need to do's are barriers. They get in your way and they'll stop you. But from a young age, I've always had an entrepreneurial mind. Like, my minor was supposed to be entrepreneurship, but a sister had to graduate in 4 years, so I had to drop it. That part. Smart, right? Moving with intentions. I got to get out in 4 years, all right? But so my mind has always moved according to money or according to the hustle. And I'm like, you have all these ideas. Why not just put every single individual business idea that you have together and make it one? And now you're using all of your skills, which is kind of how life consulting became birth, you know. So taking admissions or taking higher ed and admissions and recruitment and understanding the recruitment process from the high school perspective to the first year experience, or thinking about other entrepreneurs that's struggling in their businesses, right? Some people are just not creative. They can do the work, but they get stuck. They know they want to do something, but they can't move forward. Well, there's creative consulting for my business. I'm going to help move you forward, right? Or workshops. I love a crowd. Y'all know it. 200, 350. I love a crowd. It's a good time. Why not offer workshops? You know, so just moving in a way that is allowing me to utilize my strengths and the things I'm naturally good at. So I just jump started this business, and it is a grind, because if you don't nurture your baby, then your baby doesn't get fed. You know, your baby doesn't eat. So it's really like having a baby. You're birthing something. And there's been some highs and lows, but it's been great. And things that God has sent my way has definitely been a blessing. But finding the space to really care for my child is where I'm kind of at right now. So, but being intentional. I had a day off today, and it's like, all right, this is what we got to do.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. That's kind of where I'm at. And then I was applying for jobs, y'all, but it's hard out there. Y'all saw Meta is firing everybody they just hired, and I almost applied for one of those Meta jobs.
Really?
So you also got to know when your door is open and God is telling you to go through it. So in terms of me returning to higher ed, that door hasn't become open for me yet. And I could make a comeback, you know, but for right now, I feel blessed and I feel excited and energized around doing this. So I think it's a season for it.
Yes, absolutely. And I love what you said. You felt like you were becoming too comfortable in Athens, because I feel like for growth and all of that stuff to take place, you have to be uncomfortable. You have to allow yourself to grow and deal with situations that you have never dealt with, right?
Yep.
So that is so real. And I know you gave me advice when I had my layoff a couple months ago. You know, you checked in on me and gave me words of encouragement. And at the time, you know, we were both going through transitions like that. And I feel like a lot of people from OU in general are just going through transitional periods where they thought they were going to be working in a field and that didn't work out, or they were laid off or switched careers. So give us like your words of encouragement, because, you know, we weren't prepared for the bad. You know, we come out of college, we're ready to go. We're ready to work in our field, and it doesn't work like that, right?
Yeah.
So give us your words of encouragement when it comes to dealing with those life transitions.
Yeah. So I always, you know, life teaches you things, and age blesses you with wisdom, right? So one of the things that I prided myself on, even as an undergraduate student, is those cinder block walls that we lived amongst, right? when we were in the dorms, I said I used that time to fully get to know myself. Meaning, I knew why I cussed you out. I knew why I was happy. I knew why I didn't go to class. I knew why I didn't call that boy back. I knew why I was in the field or I had the major that I had because I knew myself. Right. So spending time alone is just as valuable as spending time amongst others. Right. And what we do is we become so immersed in everything that's going on. And y'all know how college is and adult. I'm busy. College, you're not as busy as what you think. I don't know what that is, but you in your mind, you're just so busy that you forget to have that time for yourself and become intentional about getting to know you and checking in with you. We want our friends to know us, but yet we don't know us. And a part of age 30 brings about a change. You just realize I'm fed up. I'm not doing it. My 92 babies, y'all know where we at in life. It's just we've
like a switch.
We live by our parents' rules. We graduated school. We got the job. We paid our loans back or paying our loans back. God let Biden forgive it. But we've done everything to the book and now we're ready to live. But part of that is knowing yourself. And with the transition that I decided to make, I realized that I've always been focused on financial stability. When I'm financially stable, I'm a happy person. That don't mean I blow money, but I'm happy, I'm mentally stable. I feel like I can stand on my own 2 feet. And when I was putting myself in a position where I would lose that, I was fearful. So I'm holding on to something that I no longer truly want to be a part of, right? Love y'all, but I can't live my life for you all. Because you all are going to graduate and move on. I've lost how many hours I've graduated and now y'all are grown. So I had to become true to myself and say, Tamika, what do you need? Because my sad days were outweighing my happy days. And I'm like, okay, I got my dog. My dog pacified me for some time, but then it was like, okay, now you're not even doing the trick. So when you keep trying to give yourself things it's like a baby. You keep trying to give the baby the pacifier, and then you get a baby the toy, and then you get a baby the bottle, but the baby is still fussy because the baby is not at ease. The baby's spirit is not at ease. Then you know you have to make a shift. But you have to check in with yourself and say, but where am I at? And I had to check in with myself and say, Tamika, you are at a point where maybe you need to take a step back from higher ed. Maybe you have been heartbroken in a way that you need to deal with, because it's not just my former employer. It's been a long road in higher ed from undergrad to grad to professional status, right? When you're on the other side of it and not a student, you see so much and you learn so much, and it's a rough world as an adult. And I needed time to heal, but I also needed to pursue my passions and put myself first. I can come up with an idea for everybody else, but yet I can't get my own baby off the ground.
That's so true. That's so real too. And I swear, like during that time, I wasn't unemployed super long, but during that month and a half, spending that time alone and really thinking about what you want to do, what I want to do, what is Embryo good at, what is Embryo passionate about, like that time really does matter. So I definitely feel that. Definitely take some time to spend time with yourself, really think about what you want to do, because what we wanted to do in college, what I was going to school for, what I was studying, I don't know if I want to do that no more. I mean, I definitely want to do media, but I don't know if I want it to look like what I wanted it to look like a couple of years ago. So,
and that's okay if you change your mind. I think we make shifting a bad thing. But shifting isn't a bad thing. Shifting is actually a good thing when you're doing it with intentions and you're doing it because you're following if you believe in a higher power, you're following what God is telling you to do. A shift is only bad if you're doing it out of fear, if you're doing it out of desperation, if you're doing it out of something that is forcing you, right? And when I decided to leave my job, nobody forced me out. I decided to leave, right? I decided to take a step back, right? So if you know how to move when you're hearing, then you're falling in line with the plan and the path that's set for you. Now, when you're just jumping because you're not finding what you're liking, that means that you shouldn't have jumped for the first time, right? Maybe you should have took a step back and waited and listened, right? So I always say, don't make a desperate move, make the move.
Exactly. And I think that's a really good point. Like if you're looking possibly for a career change, don't do it in a time where you need to do it, like you said, where you're desperate to do it, because you'll take anything and you'll make rash decisions, and then you end up in a situation maybe even worse than what you're in right now. Look when things are good, when things are great, still keep your options open always. So come on, back talk 7:18 and we already in our bag.
In full effect already. Let's get it.
In full effect. So you are looking for full-time jobs right now, right?
I'm still on the market, right? But I'm at the point where I don't want to settle, right? Okay. I had a very healthy relationship with my work. I had a very bad one at one point, and then I got a very good one, and then I had a Lord only God knows, right? And for me, when I was gifted with the opportunity to work in such a healthy work environment, I knew that I couldn't settle for anything less. And when I say healthy, I'm saying that I was trusted. I could work within my strengths. I had the freedom to create, and I had the freedom to mess up. I had the freedom to be invited into closed spaces without judgment or jealousy, right? It was really a way to build me up where I can go to the next level. So having that in my life, I can't go to the glass, can't go back to an office that's a glass ceiling, or you can't do this, or we're too political, or you can't say this, right? And I'm all about finding my fit. Remember when y'all chose to go to college, right? It was all about finding your fit, your university. Well, jobs are very much the same way. You're going to have some really great jobs, and you're going to have some really bad jobs. You're going to have some really great supervisors, and you're going to have some really bad supervisors, great team members. But once you get a taste of the good life, right? You know what your values are, right? You know what your morals are, and you know what your standards are. So my standards aren't low, which meaning I'm not just taking any job, right? I want to find the job, because if I find the job, then it's going to be a part of my path. Any job that I haven't gotten, because I've done some final rounds, I haven't gotten them. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's just not for me. Right. And I know if I accidentally miss a deadline, that wasn't my job. Right. So I do know that. So yes, I am on the market, but I don't want anything that's going to take away from my ability to work this. Live in full effect is what I want to be off the ground. From the time I was in the 4th grade or maybe the 6th grade, I said I wanted to own a corporation. The Bible says out of the mouths of babes. So I spoke that as a babe. And now I'm at the point where I have a business. So you might see me, if you see me, I say we. I'm speaking we in terms of future tense, because there will be an admissions consulting firm. There will be a career coaching firm. There will be a creative consulting firm. There will be workshop facilitators. There will be individualized groups that employ multiple people that I can say, let's go take this appointment, or here's some students you need to meet with. And then I'm the one running it from the background and dabbling when I need to. So be mindful of the things you asked for, because it's crazy when you actually start to get it. You said it 10 years ago. And it's like, oh, I forgot I even said that. Somebody upstairs didn't. So that's why I'm very intentional about what I apply for. I don't want to work 80 hours a week and you're only paying me for 40 per week. I don't want that. So that's a part of it. My strategy in terms of looking for jobs and knowing what questions to ask.
Is it a little difficult looking for a job, applying for jobs, knowing this is really what you want to do?
It is. It is. I'm not even gonna hold you up. And it's because you get taking a job, it literally, you got to learn that job, then you got to get with people. It's going to take up your time. And I'm like, yes, I want to give my time back. I would love to go back and work in higher ed. Y'all know me. Y'all are my jam. Students are my jam. We just get along, we click. But the energy that takes up takes away from me eating healthy, takes away from me working out, takes away from me working my business, because I give so much out. So it is hard, but then you need money to fund your business.
Come on, and that's it. That's the one.
So it's hard, and I'm not gonna hold y'all up. I picked up a side hustle, y'all. Like I got a side hustle that's below my degree rate, but if I play it right, I'm still doing something that's going to keep me on my path. I always say I'm gonna do this little side hustle, and if I decide to go back to higher ed to get my coin, I guarantee you I'm gonna get my coin when it's all said and done. But it's okay. I'm going to collect. Okay, pay me. All right. I'm gonna be the opposite of Adidas, like with Kanye. You can't drop me. All right, because this one's gonna be God ordained.
Too valuable, right?
Too valuable. But yeah, it is hard when you need money to fund your business, but you have no money coming in. So you do find yourself in a place where you feel a little desperate, where you need to work. So it's kind of hard to balance that out. And then you're not trying to suck your friends for all suck your friends' pockets dry. Like we should be able to expand past our friend groups when we talk about our businesses. And that's something that I'm trying to be intentional about. I want authentic support. I don't want we best friends. You should be on my stuff all the time. Nope. Because if your spirit ain't right, you can stay where you're at. I love you, but I need to make sure that I only have people on this train that want to be on the train that see the bigger vision.
Yes.
Right. So I give my friends grace if they don't want to support. That's fine. It is what it is, right? I give my friends grace if I can't do a workshop for their company. That's fine. Right. But I know plenty other people. Why not reach out to them? So I think we also have to realize that we need to branch outside of our friend groups. Yes, your friend should hold you down, but don't divorce your friend because they're not on your train, because you might not need that energy. You might need somebody else's energy. They're there for you personal life. Right. That's the energy you need in your personal life, but that might not be the energy you need to move your business forward. But yeah, it is a toss up, because I've been finding myself like, we need a little money, so
yeah. And I actually am very happy that you made that point about just friendships and friends supporting, because I found, even in my podcast, like my family and friends, the ones who I felt like, should be tuned in every week, should be sharing everything. It kind of hurt a little bit when people don't do that. But now that you say that, that is so true. You want genuine support. You want authentic support. And at the end of the day, a lot of that support is going to come from people you don't even know.
Yeah.
So, it's crazy how social media works. Like I be having people we only talked on Twitter, only talked on Instagram, and they share my posts every single week.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
I had a young lady I worked with during my undergraduate years. We served as almost like peer advisors for a scholarship, essentially. And I don't think we had like a best friend relationship. Like her energy was very high and mine was really like relax a little bit, and we worked together, but we weren't like buddy. And believe it or not, we reconnected, and she's been 100% supportive. Like, I'm gonna tell my boss about you. If we need a workshop, I'm gonna let them know. She's reposting and liking stuff, and I'm like, whoa, like talk about somebody left field, but I'm so appreciative to that. So to your point, it's the people that you least expect that will be in your corner and holding you down. So yeah, it's about life though, but it's also about reflection, and you have to have those moments of reflection and those quiet moments, because you might your energy might be high, your attitude might be high, but if you really pull back and think about it, like, you know what, it's okay.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at with it now. It's just like, if you follow me, you follow me. Those that tune in, I love you, thank you. But the show goes on, right? Just like Amen. Living Full of Faith will go on, right?
Okay. Amen. Yes, it will, because it's ordained. Okay.
That part. Well, let's talk about what inspired you to start your business and where did the name come from?
Yeah, so I'm a jack of all trades in a sense of I have a creative mind. So I can literally, and y'all know, anybody that's on here that's a member of ours, we've worked together. So you all know, if y'all say y'all gonna do an event, I'm like, oh, I got a name. Or, oh, we should do it like this.
I swear. I got the flyer. Let me see the flyer, right?
Right. You're like, we just said it. How are you building this out so quick? Right. That is where my gift has lied, but I never knew what to call it. And it wasn't until I did the Gallup Strengths Finder workshop where they told me that it was called ideation. And I'm like, oh, that's a real strength. Now I have a word for it. I have a label for it. And I'm like, well, how can I turn that into a business where I can use my creative mind to help others? Hence creative consulting, right? Being able to use what God has gifted me with that's quick, right, to help you get your business to the next level without needing to take credit for it. Like, it's fine. And then the admission side of it, the admissions consulting comes from my higher ed background. My first job was recruitment, right? Cincinnati, Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, Indiana, and helping and talking to prospective high school students and helping them get in college, and then reading the essays and the applications and rendering decisions. I did that, right? So I know the back end of it, but I also know how to build a schedule. I also know how to help you assess whether you like this school versus not, right? Like, really appealing to your values. I'm big on what are your values and how are the decisions you're making aligning with your values, right? And then thinking about in terms of career coaching, well, that was my last position. So the resumes, the cover letters, that's never going to go out of style. We're always going to need it, right? Interviews, what questions to ask in an interview, salary negotiations. All of those things are what I've done professionally, or I'm good at, or I have a passion for. And we just packaged it because then if you look at it, it's life decisions. Everything I just named is about you making a decision in life, starting a business, making a decision for your business, life decision, the college you want to go to, whether that's going back for your master's, your PhD, or going to a trade school, or even getting your bachelor's degree, life decision, right? When you talk about getting a job, life decision, right? So now you have life consulting. I didn't want to limit myself. Everybody's like, oh, are you a business consultant? No, I'm a life consultant. Like, really, I am a life consultant. Anything you come to me for will be for the benefit of your life. It will be composed of a life decision that you need to make. And then being that, I mean, you also have to have something Googleable and catchable. But then live in full effect, right? Turn it into an acronym. So live in full effect. It's an old 90s saying, but basically it means that for me, and this is what my sweatshirts say, it's your ability to actualize the goals and the plans that you have for yourself personally or for a business, right? So actually bringing those goals to fruition is my definition of living in full effect. So that's how I kind of came up with the name. But believe it or not, it was during my quiet time at my old apartment in the Plains, Ohio, sitting on the floor and jotting stuff down in a notebook. And literally it came to me. And the first thing I wrote down was life consulting. And then from there, I just started building it out. And it was everything that I was good at. So everything that I help is what I feel comfortable in. And y'all know I'm not, if I don't know, guess what? I'm gonna tell you I don't know, which is how I even break up my services. If we do that 30-minute consultation and you tell me goals and I'm like, ooh, I'm like, you know what? I can't help you with that professionally. And we never have to see each other again because I'm not in it for anybody's money. I don't want to take your money. I want to authentically help you reach your goal. So it's not about me, it's really about you and helping drive your motivation to get it done. So I think I'm very truthful and honest in that. But that's kind of how I came up with the services and with the name within itself. But also, if y'all listen to No Diggity, No Doubt.
Okay, take it back.
Blackstreet at the end, he said Tamika in full effect. Hey, I'm a 92 baby, so I was like, look at God putting it in the cosmos, and I'm not even knowing it. So it was a match made in heaven.
Absolutely. Well, I love the process of you just coming up with that. It was very, once again, like you are intentional. And I love that. I love the name. I honestly didn't even realize it was a play on words like that. Living full effect, life. I love that. Love that for you. So you went through a couple of your services, you said resume building, you said workshops. Is there any more that you offer, any more services?
Yeah. So one that I think is kind of hard to market and talk about, but I also offer a service that's called like managing relations.
Okay.
So if you think about it, I'll give you a perfect example. I had somebody reach out to me, and y'all, my students on the call, y'all know we've done this. But I had somebody reach out to me and say, hey, Tamika, like I need to have this conversation with somebody. And I feel really emotional about it. But I need to let them know how I feel, but I need to discuss with you my talking points and see what needs to be changed, or, if I'm going to be effective. And this person ran through how they felt. And I'm like, you know what? I hear you, but let's talk about how we can alter some of these points to make sure you're taking the emotion down, right, and you're being more effective in your communication style. So that's something that I offer as a service is you want to have this conversation. Unfortunately, it also goes back to when I want to be a relationships counselor. So I'm sliding that in there too. I used to want to be a relationships counselor. I didn't go all the way with the degree, but
like romantic relationships.
yeah, that was my jam.
I didn't know that.
Baby Cupid over here. Like I love love. Like my parents been married 43 years, so we're all about fighting through the thick and thin and the hard times. So this is kind of digging back into that bag, but I help people process feedback. Right. So your boss or somebody in your life is giving you this feedback, and y'all know, tell me feedback, tell me about myself. And it's the hardest thing for us to accept. It's so hard. Right. So processing feedback, whether it's professional or personal, strategizing difficult conversations, which is what the one person needed assistance with. And they said it ended up going very well. To an extent where they felt like they were heard, and they felt like the person might not have loved what they said, but heard what they said and was able to digest it. And then another part of that, I group salary negotiation in there too, because I do think that's it's a part of the career development process too. But the way my services are set up, that can be a one and done type of thing. So I kind of put it up under there. And then, like I said, I'm a workshop facilitator. So I do facilitate workshops, professional development workshops. If you have a student group or you have a staff retreat, and then I have a host of different workshops, but the one that people probably enjoy the most is the Gallup Strengths Finder, which for me was transformational in a sense where the things that I thought were just weird quirks about myself actually were strengths. And I'm like, wow, daydreaming is a strength. It's called futuristic. And I never knew that, but I was a daydreamer as a kid and would think about my future kids and my husband and the businesses I'm gonna own. And it's called being futuristic, right? So that's probably the favorite of the workshops that I facilitate. But yeah, so that's kind of the gamut of what I have to offer. I don't write resumes and cover letters, but I coach on how to help you because I believe in teaching skills. I could do it for you, but that's not teaching you how to do it, right? I want people to walk away and feel empowered that they know how to do something. So that's kind of where I fall in regards to helping people in terms of cover letters and resumes. So the gambit of services, I guess.
A plethora. And you know what? I really like the conversation.
Yes.
Because people don't even realize how hard it is to have difficult conversations, especially working in corporate, like especially being a person of color in corporate, being a Black woman, Black man, sensitivity. You have to approach situations very sensitive. So that is a very, very good service. I'm all in favor. I'm all in favor for the whole business, but I especially love that one because I am the corporate checker. Okay. I will check you, but I will check you in the most professional way possible.
Heard my last email.
That part. I'm that one. I'm that girl. So very good service. I really, really like that. Yeah. Do you ever worry? Because, just like everybody, you're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. Do you ever worry that, people will come to you and be like, girl, you still figuring out your life. How you going to tell me about my life? Type of thing.
Yeah. Yes and no, right? The thing about, well, two things. Y'all all know that you're better at giving other people advice than you are with accepting your own advice. I don't know what that is about how we're wired as humans, but it is what it is, right? And the cool thing about me is transparency, right? I told you that I'm not against saying, I don't know, or I am figuring it out, right? But also realizing that I have unique gifts and talents that make me a valuable asset, right? And that can make me a valuable asset to you. And I truly believe that anytime I've given somebody advice, or anytime I've instructed somebody, or anytime I have stood in front of an audience, that God has led me to the words that I present to this person. Right. So when you have somebody that is spiritually sounded and is able to move not out of their own might or to boost their helping you to boost their own ego, but doing it out of a passion and out of desire to really see you grow. Right. But then it's God led. No, don't really worry about it. I've given advice where I'm like, where did that come
That
from?
was
Like,
good,
that
right?
was fire. I'm like, I see you,
Right.
like, no, I don't worry about that, but I've always been wise around I've been wise before my time. Like I'm like a older person in a young person's body. Like I'm Tony Braxton, 90s all day, TLC all day, but I've been blessed with a sense of wisdom that has allowed me to be a more informed person or to give me a different perspective. I always tell you, I'm that friend, and my friend is on this line and she hates this about me. I'm that friend that you gonna call me and talk about your boyfriend or whoever your significant other is. Ain't gonna say, let me tell you what this fool did. And I'm like, yeah, girl, but I'm like, but he might have had a point. Like, if you think about it from his perspective, I've always been able to take a situation and almost do a 360 view of it. I can hear your perspective and understand it. I can hear the other person's perspective and understand it. Then I'm gonna throw a third one in there for you, right? Just to balance it out, to allow you to assess the situation in a more holistic 360 view. And it works professionally. My friends probably hate it about me. Like, I can't amen you, but I almost gonna be like, you was kind of wrong though. I'm that friend.
She's so irritating.
You was kind of wrong though, but I feel you, so no, I don't worry about it because I know my heart is in the right place. And I know that when I stand in front of people that I really allow myself to be used and led in that way. So, and if I don't know, y'all, I'm going to tell you, I don't know, but I will do my dang hardest to figure it out. And I think when you have that level of transparency with people, I don't really believe in being the expert because I think it prohibits me or give me permission to stop growing as a person. And I never want to stop growing. And if you can teach me something in the session, that's fine. I'm okay. I'm totally okay and open to that process because a real strong working relationship is a two-way street.
Exactly.
Right? You're teaching me and I'm teaching you. So I consult people even outside of my field. I had a young lady that owns her own fashion company and I'm consulting on fashion. Now the only thing I know about fashion is I watch the hype on HBO Max. I watch a couple competition shows or whatever the one is on Netflix. So I know about a tech pack. I know about patterns, but I literally fully consulted this person on a fashion company, on a fashion brand that they're building. And it was just truly through God leading me and then the little slight knowledge I knew, but then they were also teaching me as we were going. I'm like, okay, I understand that now. Okay, so how about this? And we were able to collaborate back and forth, but this person actually gained something from it. And it wasn't from me being an expert in fashion, because I'm not, right? They're fully degreed in the fashion industry. I'm not, but I was able to work back and forth with that person because they taught me, I taught them. I was able to push and to challenge them, and they pushed me and challenged me to up my game and understand their industry in a way that I didn't know it. So I think that's what makes it a good relationship when you're working with individuals.
Yes, and it's always nice to learn something new from your client, whoever you're working with. That's where the growth comes from. Okay. And the Carl AG, he said we look alike. You think we look alike, Mika?
Do it. Oh my God.
We just two beautiful brown skinned women. But thank you. So tell us the challenges. You went through a couple of personal challenges that you've dealt with transition-wise. Professionally, what's some challenges that you ran into starting your new business?
Yeah. When you decide to dive off into the deep end and start a business, right, it kind of just seems like it's you by yourself, right? You got this amazing idea, you're excited about it, right? And you want to now turn this into a monetized thing. For me, I'm so open and giving, and I told you my brain works according to creativity. I had to learn how to pull back and stop giving out what is now my business for free.
Oh, that's good.
it was so hard because if you call me even as a friend, right? Even when we talked at bar, I gave you what I can give, but I'm like also like, let's get a session going, right? I had to learn how to pull back in a sense and say, okay, now you're monetizing this. So now you have to A, set a value for it and be okay with that value. But then B, you have to now push people and nudge people in a way where they're going to utilize, your business. So that was one issue that I had, was actually making people have to use my services, right? And it's a slow path, especially when you're given, or you've been that go-to person for people, if you've done it without the financial piece to it. But it is a shift that you have to take. I make my own mama pay. It is what it is. Like, because I be giving sis some gems. I'm like, all right, now, like, I buy my own groceries, so you can you can shift it this way now. um
Yes.
Also, I think setting the value for your business, I think that was very difficult, and I still struggle with it. Right? Are my prices too high? Right? Is this something that people are actually going to pay for? But I also know my value, right? But I also know how people are, right? So it's that still tends to be a everyday struggle, especially when you're first starting out. You want to seem like something that people can afford, but we also know people afford what they want to afford, right? You can afford a brand new sew-in with whatever hair you're gonna have imported, right? But then somebody's trying to help change your life with a resume or a cover letter, but yet you want that for a free ball. So I think that's a constant struggle that you have. And then really looking at your business and building a brand, right? Really thinking about, okay, my name. You asked me about my name, and there was a full detailed description, right? You asked about my services, and that was a full detailed description, right? That's a lot of brain power. And I publish and unpublish my website so many times because I'm like, oh, yes, I was thorough here, but it was a shortfall here. Like, I didn't actually think about that, right? I'm waking up in the middle of my sleep like, oh, I have to edit that. That's not right. So really being able to give yourself space to think about even the smallest details. Sometimes we could be so big picture that we forget like the little things, like colors, right? I had to come up with colors. That seems so bizarre, but I'm over here playing with the color wheel. Like, what are nice colors? What are colors that speak to myself? So there is the small things that you really have to take time to kind of think about, but you need that space, right? And I think me having some months off of non-employment gave me space, but the average person doesn't have that space when you're working a full-time job. So that was definitely an obstacle. But then also, I have to promote my business. If I don't tweet it, well, I don't tweet no way, y'all. Y'all can have Twitter. But if I don't post on it, I can't do it, y'all. I can't do Twitter.
Okay, so she's not on Twitter.
I'm not on Twitter. I'm not paying Elon Musk for my blue check or anything like that. But
let's not get into him. Okay.
But I'm like, okay, I am slightly anti-Facebook, but I'm like, okay, now we got to bring Facebook back into the picture, right? Now I have to intentionally use these social media pages, which in my personal life, I can go months without it. Right. But in order for me to get this business off the ground, I have to now come up with the social media plan for the week. I have to now make sure I'm updating my website. I'm making sure now, I want to sell my sweatshirt. So now I'm like, okay, how do I loop this into my current website where I can sell sweatshirts, right? You have to continue to work at your business. And if you don't work it, it won't work. It will not work itself, unless you have a partner, but then you want to have a 50-50 split where that person isn't doing all the work themselves. So those are just some of and those are continued transparent obstacles that I face. Like, I won't say that I just have the golden ticket to running a business, because that would be a lie. I have a father that has ran a photography business for 25 plus. He was 25 plus years before he gave it up. Right. So I have that in my back pocket where I've watched somebody work a full-time job and run a whole business. Have a mom that's running a side business. So we're all hustlers in this household. We all got a business on the side, but we all have to kind of work together and give ourselves space to kind of work those businesses. So it's a growing process, but if you allow yourself to mess up and grow, and I think that's been my thing, I've messed up along the way. and then I've grown as well. So you have to allow yourself that space to kind of continue to grow and ask questions. So we're definitely in our infancy stages, but I know the things that I need to do, and the things that I don't, I'm open to even getting that advice from individuals. And there's some money I'm gonna have to shell out too, for some trial and error things that may go good, that may go bad. So I think that's a part of it too, which is why now I have this side hustle, because I realize no money makes no money, to a certain extent.
Man, it takes money to make money, honey.
Okay, I can't let it get away from me.
Man, go. But I think that is amazing advice, especially to new business owners, people that are just trying to figure out what they want to do in life, period. Knowing your value, making sure you are charging. Don't do nothing. If you're good at something, don't do it for free. Okay. So I find that a lot of people that I bring on the show, that's always a big part of their challenges as new business owners, is really finding that price and their value in their business. Yeah. So I thank you for sharing that. That was really transparent. Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's the holidays. So can we expect any promos, anything coming up?
Yeah, so I got a couple of things coming for you all. So definitely visit my website. It's lifeconsultingmsw.com, M as in man, S as in Sam, W as in Williams.com, or MikaSherieWilliams.com. So lifeconsultingmsw.com. But like I said, I have my goal setting workshop coming up on December 10th. So it's goal setting with intentions. So how New Year's come in, we all want to wait to January 1st and we're setting goals, but we set those really big overarching goals. Like, I want to lose weight. All right, ladies.
Get out my journal.
We know how hard we've been setting this goal for about 10 years now, and we keep falling off, right? And it's because of the way we're setting the goal. So what I'm doing is teaching you the strategy to set a goal, but that can make you actually effective at reaching that goal. So I'm teaching a strategy, a goal setting strategy that will help you be intentional and actually see progress in your 2023 goals before 2023 comes in. So I never wait to January. I always do mine in December, because now I'm moving into the new year knowing what I'm aiming for. So if you're interested in that, you could visit my website. You can register for that for December 10th. It will be virtual because I have Ohio people, I have Michigan people, I have Illinois people. So definitely look forward to that if you want to actually be productive in your goals and learn a strategy that will make you more effective. I'm also, I've been rocking this crew neck, and I thought it was, I'm like, let's get this out here. We want to know the definition for my business. So I am also launching another website that's an extension of my website, where I'm selling some apparel, real lightweight, y'all. I'm not trying to be an apparel company, but I am selling my crew necks that has my definitions. I have some snapback hats for your bad hair days and dad caps. We like the Scully, bad for your hair, but we love the Scully. Just put a little satin something up under it, you'll be okay. So I have some Living Full Effect products that I'm trying to sell as well, that people can buy. So those are some things that I have coming. But if you are interested in regards to your staff doing a retreat, everybody does a staff retreat typically around the spring semester, March, February-ish. Definitely look to book me for a workshop. I have all my workshops listed on my website. And then, from there, I can meet with whoever that person is and kind of discuss what their goals are for the workshop, so I can customize it in a way where it'll be beneficial. So no special sales, but definitely some things to get you all going. It's cold outside, so we love a good hoodie weather. We love our skull caps and everything like that. So definitely getting us prepared. But the goal setting event, y'all, I'm telling you, don't miss it. If it goes off well, then I'll turn around and do it again before the year is up. But definitely, let's get these goals set in a way. If your goal is weight loss, then let me help you build a weight loss goal, or craft your goal for weight loss in a way where it'll be beneficial. So
Yes.
Those are some things that I'm have coming up down the pipeline, but I spent a lot of time on my website. It's my pride and joy. I did not get a degree in web design, but I'm very proud of this website. So definitely visit lifeconsultingmsw.com, or follow me on Instagram at Life Consulting LLC, and I'll keep you informed of everything that's coming down the pipeline. And if you want to try my services out, let's just do a 30-minute consultation fee, $30, right? If it's a match made in heaven, it'll be the best decision that you make. If it's not, we can sadly part ways, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm very transparent, and if I can help you, but I authentically want to help you, but I won't take your money just for the sake of making money. So I think that's something that you can look forward to me as a consultant and as a coach.
Yes, bag talk. Because y'all heard it. She dropped all the promos, everything that you can expect. You know, we can expect a lot more in the new year. So that goal setting workshop, that definitely sounds like something I need. So if you feel like you need that too, please go to the website. She worked on the website hard, y'all. Even if y'all don't want to book right now, at least go to the website, see what's on it. Okay.
Okay, for sure. Or buy somebody a gift card. If you know somebody that's sitting on their butt and you like, friend, I need you to get up. You could buy a gift card to get that person that $30 consultant fee just to get them up and off the ground. So you can definitely do that too. So the gift of giving, give somebody a gift card. It's kind of like that ITT Tech commercial. Are you sitting on the couch? Should you be moving? Like, let's have that moment, and you can buy somebody a gift card where they can jumpstart their live in full effect experience. But I want everybody to be prosperous, so this is my way of playing a role to make sure that you're able to live the life that you want to live. So amen, and trust God.
Amen. Shout out to TA Gold. She says she is on it right now, and it looks great. Okay.
I love it.
Okay. I love it too. And that's also shop by your lashes, Tiago. Okay, I don't book anybody else but her. Okay. But before we get out of here, I love this segment. Give them their flowers. Anybody that has loved on you, supported you throughout your whole professional, personal journey, this is the time now to give them their flowers.
Yeah, man, I've been so fortunate. I've had some really great people, even people that were brought into my life for a season that I know played a role. And we might not be cool at this current moment, but they definitely played a role in my growth and development. So I never discredit people just because we fell out, right? God brought you into my life for a season, and for that season, you were of value to help me grow. So I have those individuals, but definitely I have a mentor that was my peer advisor back in the day, who I love to still bug here and there. Amber, she's everything that I needed as a role model. She's the reason I got my master's. She's the reason I started higher ed. I have a young lady named Susie who actually was in my master's program, Susie Polish. She just became the VP of financial aid at Northwood University. Wow. But she was the reason I even got into admissions. She looked at me and said, Tamika, you should be an admissions advisor. To my home team, Mylan, Brittany, Emery, Scotty Boy, Ian. Those are my first people I ever recruited with, and they were my solid foundation. My CLDC team, still amazing people that I love to this day. My hour students, all generations, y'all have challenged me to develop my own communication skills, have pushed me creativity, pushed me in management in a sense, even though I was your advisor. And really have had me do some self-reflection in how I even communicate to be effective. My friend Carla was on here. That's my old roommate. My old Troutman roommate at Central Michigan. Some epic times and stories. And my sorority sister Nellie was on here. That's my purse. I'm a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. She's definitely a big sister that holds me down. I've had some tremendous people, man. I couldn't even run the entire list. Joe Stone down in Columbus used to be my boss. That's my guy. You know, I've just been really blessed with individuals that have loved on me and that have seen me for me, because I am a person that I think long term. I'm a strategic thinker. So you're talking to me about this, and I'm already thinking about what the next thing can be, right? Or how we can make this better. And people get offended by that, you know, because it's like, why aren't you in the moment, or why aren't you celebrating this? It's like, because I see we did this great, but how can we do better? So people that have seen me, people that haven't tried to put a glass ceiling over my head, but to actually teach me and develop me, even down to working in retail. My old boss, Danielle, right? That's my girl. She saw me. She paid me $15.75 back when minimum wage was low, right? So shout out to her, being an OG. But yeah, man, I've just been fortunate. And I think from my high school counselor, like, man, I have been blessed with some people that I know were simply angels in disguise. Like the attention they gave me, the love they gave me, the transparency they gave me, and their willingness to teach without fear of me taking their position, but wanting me to be in position to replace them. I value those people more than anything because it's so competitive out here, especially amongst women of color in the workplace. So when I've had those people that say, no, I want you to be ahead of me within a matter of months, I've really valued those individuals, or the people who I say rolled on the floor with me in the dirt, even though they were a manager, they got it down and dirty. Those are the people that I learned from the most. But yeah, I don't take anybody for granted, and I definitely give flowers, and they always come up in some type of antidote when I'm working with people. So
yes, I love it. So many flowers, bouquets, roses, and all the daisies in the world. I love it. Well, I really want to thank you for coming on my podcast tonight. Really, to know you is to love you. And you have been such an inspiration, such a great mentor to me. Ours, I love you down. One of the best orgs on OU's campus, for real, for real. And if you are blessed to have an advisor like Tamika, literally thank God, because it don't come like that. It don't come like that often. So
yeah.
Thank you, girl.
Yeah, no problem. I got y'all. Our family is forever, straight up. So if we interacted, if I call you family, then don't be too grown to call me, because I'm gonna pick up the phone every time. That's just how I am. So once we're family, we family. So you're never too grown for me to step in and give you a slap on the hand virtually, or to give you that love and nurturing that you need. So yeah, I appreciate y'all. And I believe me, Bam, I love you so much. So from fun times to me going off on y'all, to y'all, becoming professional adults who I'm proud to see. So your success makes me happy, right? So I smile when I see that you're doing great things, because I'm like, hey, I had them when they were a knucklehead. So yeah, keep doing y'all thing, keep being great, keep working this thing, right? Congrats to you for your new job, though. Let's get it. Sis got a good job, a new job. Okay.
No, for real. And I love it. But the podcast, that's what I love most. Yeah. So I'm going to have to book my session with you to figure out how to monetize on this in the new year. Okay.
Let's get it. Live in full effect always. But thank you all. I appreciate it. If you play it back, if you watched it live, I appreciate it. But yeah, feel free to jump on the website anytime. And yeah, just reach out, even if it's I enjoyed you. I'm here for that. But you all be great, be blessed, follow God, and make sure your circle are those that want to see you grow and that will give you the tough love, because love is about correction. It's not always just about amen to you. So if you don't have those people in your life that's going to give you that correction or call you out, you need to check your circle, because you're probably boxing yourself in and you're probably limiting your growth.
And that is y'all positive note. That's y'all bag talk. That is all wrapped into one for the night, y'all. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please share this episode, tag it into the bag. Make sure y'all comment, all that good stuff. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. YouTube channel link is in the bio. There will be no episode next week. Gerald, it has to reschedule his episode. So we'll take a break for a little bit, but we will be back in December, and we got some bomb guests to close out the new year, or the old year.
Okay.
So thank y'all so much. Shout out to Columbus Black and Mayo. And Mika, you have a great night, girl.
Thank you. You too, Bam Bam.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
All righty, girl.
Oh, I gotta turn you back up. Okay.
Thank you again. Love you so much. And I'll be in contact with you very soon.
Okay, sounds good. Have a good one.